Welcome to Natural Reconnection. My name is Rachel, and this is the program where we reconnect to ourselves through the practice of yoga, as well as through our experiences within the natural environment. So today we're going to make a beautiful hanging tomato and herb basket, which is fantastic to kickstart growing your own, especially if you are a beginner grower. So one thing that we should clear up is that you do not need a garden to grow your own food. You can use some fantastic pots or like this hanging basket and place it wherever you have space where it can get the full sunlight, and also remember to water it. So a balcony, a fence, or even under a tree, or if you have a framework such as a pergola, you can hang it in there and it will look absolutely fabulous. Also, having it as a hanging basket means that the tomatoes will actually grow underneath the basket, so it will shade them from bird attack, as well as make picking really fun and easy. Especially for little ones, you can involve them in this project, and it's also fantastic for school holidays and school projects as well. So to begin with, what we'll need to have is some wonderful tomato seedlings. So you can go to your local nursery and pick up some seedlings. Make sure that they're the cherry tomato variety, and because the big ox heart tomatoes are more suitable for growing in larger pots rather than hanging baskets. And also pick up a couple of packets of seeds of some basil and parsley is what I'm using today. You can choose any herbs of your choice. But little cherry tomatoes are really nice and sweet. They can be put in all kinds of sandwiches, stir fries, curries, as well as pasta dishes and salads, and they taste absolutely divine. And also the mixed herbs as well that we'll be growing with them go really nicely with all the different recipes that you can create, and they taste amazing. Step one of the project is to cut some holes into the coconut fibre layer of the hanging basket. Now this project doesn't have to be expensive at all. I picked up this basket for $7, and the tomato seedlings were also just under $5. So altogether it was quite economical, and it's also a fantastic Christmas present as well. So especially for those people who say they can't grow their own food, this one's the one for them. So the very first thing you do is cut some holes, but don't actually cut like a big hole, because the plant will just fall through the gap. So you take your basket, and this is one I've done earlier. See? All you do is you move the basket along. You don't want to put the holes too close to each other. And you get some scissors and you just stab it carefully through the coconut fibre, and then cut across. So this basket has diamond shapes, which make it a little bit easier to judge the hole. So you stab in and you cut, and see, it becomes like a little hole, and then you can cut across one way and then complete the cross by cutting in the other direction, and then cutting towards that diamond edge as well. So what you end up with is like a little birdie beak, a little hole in there, and that hole is where the plant is going to thread through. So you don't want to cut like a big hole, you want the edges to be there so that you close it back over the dirt when it's in there. So make a little hole, and I have 3 little seedlings, but you can make as many holes underneath as you have seedlings for. Just make sure that you space them evenly. So move it around and make a hole there. Step, cut, and then cut another couple of holes in there too. There. You scout around in your nursery, especially the clearance racks. Don't be afraid of them, as long as the plants don't have any kind of mold or mildew growing on them, and as long as there's no black spots, or black leaves, they should be absolutely fine. So give it a little bit of a water so that they come out of the pods easily. And then just simply squeeze one of the little seedlings out of the hole. Let it come out. See, you've got one little plant. And then very, very carefully, you may actually try it the other way. You can either thread the green part through or just open up that hole and push, maybe a little bit of a squeeze, push the dirt into the little birdie beak hole. So it just sits in there, and then bring the coconut fibre around so that the plant sits in there. So when you let go, it stays in. And so, although the plant looks like it's upside down, when we'll actually fill the whole planter basket with dirt, and it'll actually grow downwards like this beautiful trailing vine, and then you can pick all the tomatoes up when they ripen. Your plants in, and I've got 4 of them in mine. Then simply top with potting mix until it's almost all the way full up to the top, and then we can plant our beautiful herb seeds. So I've chosen 2 different herbs. So one is mixed basil, and the other is parsley. So not only do both taste absolutely fantastic with tomatoes and go in all kinds of pasta dishes together, but also basil and tomatoes are companion plants, and so that means that the tomatoes will be safe from pests and things, because the basil will detract from the bugs and flies attacking the tomatoes. And also because the reason why I've chosen 2 different herbs is because the basil will come up within 2 weeks and the parsley will come up within 4 weeks. So you can have a beautiful little crop of microgreens of basil to start off with. So to harvest microgreens, just wait until they have 2 to 3 leaves on them. You can come along with a pair of kitchen scissors and cut them all off, and then soak in very quickly in a little bowl of cold water, and then you can use them as fresh herbs. They are fantastic and nutritious. They have lots of flavour, and they're wonderful as garnishes as well. And then once the basil, you've cut all the basil and harvested and enjoyed it in your beautiful food, then you can go on with your parsley. So the parsley will then come up to take the place of the basil. Once you have harvested your microgreens and both the basil and the parsley, then you simply sprinkle more seeds on top, cover with a little bit of potting mix, and then the whole process will start again. The other option is to allow the herb seedlings to come to adult size. So to plant the herbs, simply take a stick, and I like to draw a circle around the perimeter of the planter, a big wide circle trench, just like that. And then tip some of the seeds. This is the mixed basil, so it's both green and so it's the green and purple variety. So a little bit of seed, and just simply sprinkle directly into that trench. Go all the way around